How far into a diner do you guys go? Possibly your place when you get off the diner, exit, you go past the gas station and go like,
So that's 6.
then do you go all the way to Lewistown?
We go through Lewiston, all that, there's like 5 little towns across there. It's like 40 miles to Edina across 6.
So you're quite a ways up.
Right.
Up that through it actually.
Yeah.
Just right there.
Right. Yeah, it takes me about 40 minutes from that gas station.
We're not far from you guys at all.
Okay, let's see. We have a quorum. Do we have any additions to the agenda? I'm sure you would have updated it.
I do not.
Okay, then they make a motion to approve the agenda as. Favor? Okay, public comments. The approval of the minutes of October 9th. Do we have a motion?
I'll make that. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Mr. Woods with the financial report.
Yes, sir, as of October 31st, 2024, checking accounts, the general fund are $596,649.50. For the capital reserve, $377,165.22. And in the building and land fund, $94,251.87. Total assets of $1,068,066.59. Current liabilities of $1,732.72. Income for this period $65,897.84, with expenses of $176,022.
Any questions or comments? Make a motion to approve the financial report as written.
I'll second that.
All in favor? All right. Approval of the ordinance for disbursements and paying of the bills, ordinance number 2418. We have a motion to pay the bill.
But
All in favor? Aye. No communications that I see listed?
Yeah, there's 2 items under communications.
Oh, okay, I see how you did it. All right, I see.
Still my pen back unless you need it.
I don't need it. Okay. Item number 6, communication, 6.1, Jefferson Foundation grant.
Yeah, we're happy to announce we received, Jason did the legwork and we received a, grant for the amount of $27,995.60 for workout equipment.
Excellent.
So as soon as we, find a place to put it, that's,
I started looking, all the stuff's on sale right now too. I'd like to find, almost like to buy it, just store it somewhere.
we're, so obviously we're in a holding pattern, waiting to see if our federal government does anything. If not, we'll go to Jim next door, one way or another. So we've got time. The money does not need to be, spent for almost a year. So, we've got time and we'll get that, addressed and taken care of.
So,
Super excited to announce that we have dropped our ISO rating from a 5 down to a 4. That is anybody that is within 5 road miles of our fire station. Some of the people that may be excluded from that benefit would be out off a white road. It's if the insurance company catches that distance and pays that close attention. And then possibly out Klondike Road as well too, out back where Dick Tuss lives back in Wannabe Woods and Ivanhoe and all that. But I would say 95% of our district will drop from a class 5 down to class 4. Awesome job, everybody. Thank you guys all for the effort on that. So great thing. One of the things we promised with the tax increase that we said maybe we would do, and we already did. So
there you go.
could have been done without the state, but extra staff. That's what pushed us over the edge.
I told the guy from Raintree the other day, I said, because we were able to keep those people on staff,
Yeah.
is why your insurance is going to be down, or
Yes.
will be adjusted.
Yes. 100%.
Fire marshal's report.
For the month of October, there were no permits issued and no fees collected.
All right. 7.2, fire chief's report.
For the month of October, it was busy. We finished with 139 calls for service, which was our second or third busiest month ever on record. It's an extremely busy month. We had lots of brush fires in October, and then somebody turned on the faucet in early November. Between 11:05 and 11:07, we spent multiple hours doing water rescues and people stuck in vehicles because they drove around barricades and decided they could make it through the flood water and then realized they couldn't. Probably one of our biggest rescues that Mitch and Chris and a couple of volunteers were, Braden Poole was there as well too, were a part of, was a gentleman out on Highway H. His daughter-in-law had gotten stuck in the floodwaters. He had made it to safety on top of the Mansburg Bridge. Father-in-law, who was 70 years old, came to look for him, made it through the floodwater halfway, got stalled out, got out of his vehicle and started walking, but got swept away and ended up stuck in the trees. So we got our drone down there after some minor technical difficulties with the drone that, of course, it needed a software and firmware update the second we turned it on, unfortunately. Once we got that done, it wasn't, 10 minutes, and we were able to locate him using the infrared. Then they were able to switch over to the regular photograph and zoom in on him, locate exactly where he was at by pin. We worked out a plan with the boat operators, hovered the drone over him basically, got the boat to where he was at, and then brought him back to safety. So it's a pretty amazing rescue. We did a nice post for thanking the Civic Club for all that. Did them props. I did an interview with somebody in Channel 4 or something like that. But sent out an email to all the crews that did an excellent job and a phenomenal job during that period. So it's things make a difference.
Yes.
Things make a difference, and I can't thank our guys enough. So it makes a huge difference. So. All right, Administration Division, the Jefferson Foundation grant. Zoll AEDs are now in service, and we've already used them several times on several cardiac arrests already. I don't think any of them were successful, but they have been used. So we did not receive this year's AFG grant. We have already regrouped and reapplied for the AFG grant for next year, which just opened up. Whether there'll be any funding available for it or not, I guess is as good as mine. So, but we're going to reapply for the exact same thing. All right, with the election over, I'm kind of hoping the federal government is able to proceed with the implementation of a budget, which includes funding for the new portion of the building. I'm not very optimistic at all, but I hope I'm wrong. I like being wrong. But
No,
five for a second, so probably going to comments out right now. So we'll see what happens with that funding. I don't know. All the stuff in the Firehouse Subs grant, like we said last month, it has been ordered. There's like a 9-month turnaround, Jason said.
Josh is thinking maybe the third week of December.
Oh,
So.
never mind, then maybe here this one. So, continuing the process with the Lexipol rewrite. Hopefully, we're done at the end of this month. We're once we get through the union negotiations, know what we're looking at. We can finish writing policies and moving forward. Work continues on developing the 2025 budget. It's not as good as I thought it was gonna be, but it is what it is. So we'll go over budget presentation next month. You guys will have some stuff ahead of time. Lost $2 million in assessed valuation on personal property. We've done something with the vehicles, I don't. It is what it is. Still working on the stoplight issue, I don't have any update on that. We are still awaiting, final process for the new station alerting system. Jeff 911's kind of a mess right now in between bosses. So we've had to, kind of press them to get some meetings going, so we're working through some 911 issues.
Have they hired a new person?
Officially, no. Unofficially, yes. The building planning project is continuing. I have attached PDFs to your files for the, what the, building committee has come up with. You guys can kind of take a look at that. Nothing obviously is finalized at all, but take a look, see what you guys think. It's more of, the delineation of space and how the, stuff would look, you know, kind of finalized. So they're doing a good job so far. Steve Bacon's been great to work with. So take a look at that and go from there. Still working on the online training platform. Josh Border was supposed to start last week, but obviously all the rain held him behind, so I don't know when his new start date is on the foundation repair project here at One House. I'm extremely happy to report that finally all the storm damage has been fixed. Me and Jason kind of feel like we've been general contractors for the past year, fixing insurance claims here at the buildings and vehicles and all that. I'm very glad to say that that is all done. Viper trailer was unable to get that initial trailer that you guys approved. I think it was back in June or July when we talked about that. However, Barch asked me if he could go with a different company today. I said yes, and I ended up saving us some money. It was a little bit cheaper, so the check is in there to be signed for $6,200 to 61 Highway 61 trailer or 61 highway trailer up in Moscow Mills. So they will go pick that up maybe tomorrow or Friday. Wow. So no huge issues with the fleet. We did replace tires on 6524. My vehicle is going to need tires as well too. So training division continues to work on hose testing. Crews are participating this week in thermal imaging training down at the training facility as part of the Jefferson County Emergency Services Training Academy Mutual Aid Program. Fire Prevention Month, even though we were busier as can be, was a success, and I appreciate everybody that helped. And then also attached to that are the PDFs for the building design and all that that you guys can go back and look at. Come back with questions or whatever you need, or comments, concerns.
Where's it at, Ryan?
Under fire 7.2, it says review 11-11-24.
Yep, okay, I see it.
Yeah, you can pull that up, look at it. You can print it off for you. I can do that as well.
Okay. No shop serve report. Under old business, the contract negotiations.
Yeah, negotiations are going fine. I think we're very close. We're supposed to meet with, I think Paul Vessel's potentially the District 5 president to sign some amendments next week. Really the biggest change that we're working on is a switch from sick days to PTO days. I don't care why they're not here. It's their time. I mean, it's just.
Most places do it that way.
It is what it is. So we're going to switch that over to PTO. They've requested one PTO day. That's all they wanted. But we were starting to get to the point of potential payback for unused vacation time, unused sick time, and unused PTO time. It's getting too much to try to track all this crap. So I recommended to them, like, let's just pay back dollar for dollar PTO. If you don't use it, pay you back 72 hours, 3 days per year. We'll give you 4 days of PTO per year on top of your vacation. They can bank up to the normal amount still. We're basically just changing verbiage and a little more payback on it. There is not money for raises. And I gave them that option as well too. I go, it's PTO payback or raises. I go, it's your guys' choice. It's gonna cost. I have to budget roughly the same, so they were happy with the raises they got last year and understood, and I think they're happy with the PTO stuff. They wanted a rotation off if they had a baby, so we're gonna add something in there for paternity, maternity leave, which I don't have an issue with that at all either. Really, the two big things, nothing crazy, nothing huge, nothing really outlandish. Been easy and done with.
Oh, let's see. New business, HVAC maintenance agreement.
Yeah, it is time to renew our contract with SMCI. They gave us the option for 1 year, 2 year, 3 years or something. I recommend we just do 1 year, for the price of $1,458. They will come out and do preventative maintenance here at one house and two houses.
Any opposition, any discussion?
I'll make the motion.
All right, all in favor?
And I do have, I didn't get around to getting on this agenda, but I do have some quotes back from SMCI on fixing the heat issue out at Station 2 and demoing some stuff in here in preparation for that. So we'll talk about that at the next meeting.
Declaration of board of director election.
Director Brown is up for election. So the board needs to declare election.
Okay. He's declared.
There's a PDF in there with the filing dates and all that stuff. So it opens the 10th of December and closes the 31st. That's what I'll state in the minutes of the board declared an election.
Fire district property loan.
Wanted to get your guys' thoughts on paying off the loan for the Casey's building that we found. Remember, we financed that purchase. The balance currently is roughly $253,000. We're looking at a pretty hefty surplus this year. There's a lot of reasons for that. We got a lot of grant funding from surplus AFG funding, surplus safer funding, the ARPA funding that came in. So there was some surplus money that is there this year. So without paying that off, we were looking at approximately a 300 and 400 something thousand, maybe a surplus right in that general area. Well, attached to that, I have the year-end financial forecast. Really, the bottom page is the telling page of all of that hoopla that I put in there, very last page. Even with paying off the Casey's building, we're still looking at transferring to the equipment pumper fund $99,000 and then another $70,000 over to the building after we pay off. I want to watch getting that loan too big with this ladder truck coming in. I'm worried we're going to squeeze. I always worry about money. You guys know that. And we're always okay. But I'm going to continue to worry about money and make sure we're okay. We're always okay. That's why we're always okay. So I don't want to squeeze us too much. And I think the interest is costing us a little bit more than we're making on keeping that money right now.
I think you could pay it off all right.
So I guess what I would like to do is, and we can kind of make the final decision at the December board meeting. I want to engage the bank and figure out what process we need to do. And if we need to freaking involve that attorney that charges $10 bazillion per hour, Jason Terry out of Gilmore Bell that,
To pay it off, you mean?
yeah, it's already in there that we could pay it off early. But I don't know if they need to rewrite anything with that agreement. So I'm gonna talk to the bank first and see what they say before we, before we go the route of the attorney, which I hope we don't have to.
I don't know.
Don't have a problem with that either. I mean, hey, it's out of our hair.
Yes.
So,
There's no,
is the water shut off and drained and all that good stuff?
Yeah, it is, we're gonna come to a point where we're gonna have to. I don't know how much longer we're gonna be able to wait to affect government with this.
Right.
I just want a yes or a no from them. I mean, they introduced this bill back in June. Here we are, it's gonna be in December. And I don't even think they're going back into session until like the end of this month, right after Thanksgiving, to try to pass a budget, because they only passed the stopgap budget, which gives them 90 days, I think. So they have to, we should know something, I would think, by the end.
Those plans that are on the system are tearing that building down.
Correct.
Right.
Yes. Yes. You'd be happy to know, if you look at them closely, it's like nowhere near your building, so.
Wow.
I did not encroach on State Farm, Atwood's insurance agency. I make sure to tell Mr. Baker.
So make sure I run a full.
You can steal our property,
Stays fine.
tap the Wi-Fi from over there, you can't see your internet.
I'll get free internet.
Yeah, there you go, probably. Almost catch
It might be a
it.
stretch, but.
Yeah.
Lincoln. Sweet.
Okay.
Anything else? Well, I make a motion to adjourn, please.
Second.
Where's the off switch? Here it is.
Or it's over on the side.
I gotta go, where is it? We're going to. Take those calls for the Scott Mountain. Flip it, and use it as a tablet.
No way.
Yeah.
Too techy.
Fancy stuff. Well, I'm better than a stack of papers, I can tell you that.
Or to follow